Hey guys, well I'm finally collected myself after the Dragon Age drama. By the way, who's the new on the channel? Hi, sometimes I do tutorials from the materials that I found myself online and I teach others how to build some beautiful things in REDkit for The Witcher 3. So recently I got a comment, here it is. And I'm not sure that I provided the best solution for this, but I had an idea, I tested it with Geralt, of course, and everything worked. I didn't encounter any bugs. So here's what we have inside the house, by the way, because I like to make a complex tutorial. So today will be not only about how to connect the inside decorations with the whole house, I also will show you how to use references for your inspiration. For example, you can Google something like village houses along the waterfall and you will find a lot of interesting and inspiring pictures that could give you some ideas. I wanted to create a house with some vegetation around and on the building, and also, spoilers, I wanted to create something like a creek. And because I don't want to think too much, everything is connected to Goose topic. I'm going to create a special area in the terrain for a creek. You also remember this formation of stones from the previous video. I thought that this would be a starting point for a tiny waterfall. We will not do the waterfall in this video because it took me some time to find the way how to do that, and I finally found it, but only today when I was creating the last pieces of video for this tutorial. So the next thing that I will teach you will be about the waterfalls and a cool dynamic rivers, creeks, whatever. So at this point I'm just showing you how I prepare the terrain for Geralt to start his adventure on this level. So this exact location will be the starting point for players, and I wanted them to have a little stop and stare moment. Therefore I will create a small water area. I'm only preparing the bottom of it right now, and I will add some extra borders in this small spawning island because I also want Geralt to spawn in this location exactly on the top where the waterfall starts. If you have any questions about how to paint this exact thing on the terrain, just watch one of the previous videos. It is pretty simple. I don't use anything new here. Therefore, I just increased the speed of this video to save us time. I also wanted to have borders so that maybe I will put something that will start a quest, or maybe it's just an interesting point of interest. So it's very good that we have an option of using different kinds of borders and fences. It could be the wooden one with branches, or a very delicate like a stone from Beclair, or just a mossy fence that's pretty typical. Cool thing, if you arrange some entities in a particular formation and you want to clone them, you just need to choose both of these entities using Ctrl and then copy paste it, and it will work. I highly recommend you to strive for dynamic looks, because when everything looks static and equal to each other, or I don't know really how to describe it well, so it doesn't create an interesting angle for your eye to stop and stare. I will use it quite often today, I think. And we need that effect because when a player or a viewer, when they look at the artwork or anything, they need something to explore and examine, and therefore if you add little details that would make them stop, it would create a location that is interesting for them to explore. For example, why do we have a skeleton here? What does it mean? So it makes a player ask questions and therefore seek for clues. And I will leave one there eventually. Try to make it less empty but still avoid clutter. Using scale, rotate and move, we can actually arrange objects in a very dynamic formation, and therefore it will create the look that we want for this place. Vegetation is also an important thing, so I wanted to have like an abandoned apple garden, but I made them with apple trees, so it's an orchard, I think. And I just added grass with a vegetation tool, that we've already done it too many times. And I noticed that it is a very dark spot in the world, so I needed to add some extra lights. You can use candles, light posts, fire posts, chandeliers even if you want to connect them to the tree, but it will look weird. At this point, we have a very eerie place, a very spooky area to start our adventure. Maybe I'll put a note or a letter somewhere near the skeleton, and it will start the chain of events. Okay, this thing looks lovely. I don't know why, but my REDkit began crashing quite often. Maybe it's the problem because of my laptop, but it doesn't save the terrain. If I edit terrain, something happens, so I have to redo things all the time. If you have the same problem, let me know. Maybe I do something wrong. But what I did regarding the houses and the interior, you just put the entity, this file, with the interior and the house itself, and then you put one inside the other. Sometimes you need more time to connect them to each other because you see there's a gap, and just move it until this gap is ceased to exist. Is the house, and if you want to move it with the interior, you just need to control click on the second entity and you can move it all together. Save the world, that's important. I found a really cool object, a bed that was marked as Tris bed, and I wanted to create a cozy room where you can read and spend time with a glass of wine. You know, I strived for that kind of aesthetic and atmosphere. So I just arranged a couple of objects and created this special cozy light for that. The rules are the same as from the previous video, so try to create a layered look so that everything will look dynamic. Also, if you see that if you have a problem with, like I have with a bookcase, you can change the angle of rotation right on the top of your editor, and then everything will go easily and smoothly. Regarding the light, it's quite an interesting thing, because if you add a bigger object that has fire in it, you will also get a very nice and heartwarming sound of a crackling fire. It didn't really fit what I wanted to create, but if you want to use it, that's a really cool thing for your overall tone of the level. Another thing that's quite interesting that can create a cozy look is different kinds of flowers and baskets, because if we add only chests, by the way, you can have lootable chests as well, check the previous video. We really need something organic to make the room livable so that somebody uses it from time to time. And I found this exact formation of object is quite nice for the idea. Also, you can add flowers near the front door. It will show that somebody cares about the house and somebody lives there. Once again, remember about layers and dynamic looks. And something to sit on. So that's it. Now we can go and check if Geralt can enter this area. By the way, house creaks. And it also has a really cool effect when Geralt enters this house. So this is the look from the back side of this house, and now let's go and enter and have a closer look at all the objects. Oh, that's so cool! I mean, I like it. If you want, you can try and recreate something like this, or you can try and do something from your own imagination. But I think that was a really good beginning for this house. Maybe I will change something in the future if I find that it's not really good for the quest. But at this point, I really like it. And as I said, next tutorial will be about, well, waterfalls, because I finally found the way of adding these splashes and I'm very happy. That's why I'm jumping using Geralt. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I'm open to all questions as usual, and I hope you will have a good time trying out everything that I just told you about. So have fun, play video games, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!